The bridge on Thomas's branch line needed repairs, so Sir Topham Hatt said he can go to Edward's station to help out on his branch line for a while. He popped into the yard ready for work. "Good morning," said Edward. "Fine day it is." "Yes, indeed," replied Thomas. "Now, Sir Topham has said that the work has become too much for you and Boko, and he said you needed a tank engine with expertise." Edward and Boko chuckled. Now, said Edward, "we do need help, but nothing too much out of the ordinary we can't handle." The engines were soon at work sorting out the yard. But soon, Thomas became depressed. "What's the matter?" quizzed Edward. "I miss Annie and Clarabelle," Thomas said. "Normally, we will be on our journey to the top station," he added. Edward felt sorry for Thomas and wanted to cheer him up. "I have a train to take to the harbor. Why don't you come and help me and I'll introduce you to Bill and Ben?" "Who's Bill and Ben?" asked Thomas. "Wait and see." The engines puffed doofully to the docks. Thomas never met the twins before. They soon rested after sorting out the train. "Oh dear, not another blue engine," said Bill cheekily, as the two twin engines puffed into the yard at the harbor. "Christ, Edward, don't forget Gordon," interrupted Ben. "I don't think he'd quite like to stay here." Both twins laughed, remembering. "But no, seriously, why don't Sir Topham Hatt paint engines in a proper color like us, for instance?" said Bill. Thomas let off steam indignantly. "Let me tell you," he began. "All right, you two," laughed Edward. "Go move those cars, or there won't be any room for any more." Bill and Ben left off unabashed happily. "You just don't have to take them too seriously," explained Edward. Thomas smiled ruefully. "I wish I knew how you deal with them," he said. Near the harbor, the line crossed a lane. There were no gates here, so the road vehicles and engines had to be very careful when crossing. The lane led to a farm that supplied eggs and milk to the shops in the town. One morning, the farmer had trouble starting his lorry. Eventually, the farmer started it. But the lorry was making fits and sputtered when driving. That milk will be turned to butter soon. He was just clearing a level crossing when the lorry engine broke down. The back of the lorry was still on the railway line. The farmer was trying his hardest to start the lorry again, but to no avail. He just got down from his lorry to telephone for help when he heard a whistle. It was Thomas, but Thomas wasn't going fast, and when he saw the lorry, he put on his brakes and there was a large crash. Eggs, butter, and milk were all catapulted all over Thomas. "Ugh," he said. "Just look at my poor little lorry," the farmer said angrily. "What a way to make an omelet." Thomas's driver examined him to make sure he wasn't hurt all over. Then he began to laugh. "It's not funny," said Thomas. "You're not standing from where I am," said his driver. "You look like a scrambled egg, Thomas." The driver and fireman tried to clean Thomas, but the heat from his boiler made the egg stick hard on him. "Sorry, old boy," conceded the driver. "We can't block the line any further. We have to go on." Back at the yard at the harbor, Thomas was just about to be cleaned. The twins were there. "What's this?" asked Ben. "Must be a new engine," said Bill. Ben inspected the new arrival carefully. "No, Bill," he said. "That's not a new engine. That's Thomas." "But it's our color, Ben. But Thomas doesn't think our color is proper for an engine." They soon heard a grinding noise. "Are your joints stiff, Bill?" asked Ben. But it wasn't Bill's joints. It was Thomas, gnashing his teeth.